Hi, I'm Lindsay with MFG.com, and I'm going to show you how you can easily create a new RFQ and get started sourcing with your MFG.com buyer dashboard. To get started, let's go over to the Create New RFQ button and Get Quotes Now to the left-hand side of our screen. Now from here you can see that we're automatically dropped right into our MFG.com parts library. This is a library that houses all of our previously sourced parts on MFG.com. It makes reordering and ordering very easy. So let's say for this next RFQ that I'm going to be creating, I want to add a new part, as in a part I've never sourced before on MFG.com, as well as I want to include one of my previously sourced parts. So let's pick this bending part for Lindsay 456, and then let's go up and select Add a New Part. From here, since we've already said that we're going to be sourcing bending parts, you can see I could easily change it to any of the other categories within bending, but we'll go ahead and keep it at bending, and let's move down and fill out our part details. Let's give this part a name. Let's give this part a number. And let's give this part a quick description. Let's scroll down and select the material. And then let's move down to part-specific attachments and links. This is where we want to attach any relevant CAD files, drawings, or specific files that are specific for this exact part. Now it's important to note that these CAD files and drawings are what the supplier is going to base their quote off of. So giving them as much information as possible is extremely important. To upload files or links, you simply select this button and you can upload files directly from your desktop or attach links directly from the internet. Let's move down to annual usage and reference price. So our estimated annual usage, let's say we're only going to be sourcing 1,000 parts right now, but we're actually going to be sourcing 10,000 parts annually. So we want to make sure to let the supplier know that. Let's also go in and select our baseline and reference price. This is the baseline price that we're currently paying for this specific part. So let's go ahead and say that, how about we say right now we're paying $31, and we want to get the price of this part down to $29. So now let's go and fill out the quote quantity and delivery date. Right now we're only going to be wanting 1,000 pieces quoted, and let's say to add another quantity, let's say we want 2,000 pieces quoted, and then let's go ahead and have them give us a 10,000 quote as well. We can easily select the change delivery date by selecting this button. Let's change the delivery date to May 28th, and we'll continue to move forward. We could also categorize this part in our MFG.com parts library by simply selecting Select and adding it to our bending parts folder. So let's go ahead and select Save and move forward. From here you can see my new part has been selected, as well as the part I selected before I created my new part. Now all we got to do is create our RFQ. So let's move down and select Add Selected to RFQ. From here you can see there's my first part and my second part. Let's add some quantities from my first part. I could also change the target price if I wanted to, and I could easily change the delivery date as well. Let's scroll down to RFQ details. Let's say that we need all of our quotes by April 22nd, and that we plan to award the RFQ on April 30th. All of our RFQs must be quoted in US dollars, so let's go ahead and give this a name. Let's give it a quick reference number for our internal records. And then we can even add this RFQ to our RFQ folder. How about we select the bending parts folder? Let's give this RFQ a brief description. And let's move down to security and intellectual property. Now here you see that we have three options. That's to either include an NDA, to not include an NDA, or to include a second level NDA. If we decide that we're not going to include an NDA with this project, that means that the second that we distribute the RFQ to the marketplace, that it automatically gets distributed directly to our suppliers. So they then can see all of our drawings and specifications with this specific RFQ the second that it's released. If we decide to include a first level NDA, that means that the second that the RFQ is released into the marketplace, it requires the suppliers sign the NDA before they can see any of my drawings or part specifications. For a second level NDA, it means they not only have to sign my NDA, but I have to manually approve it before they can get access to any of my drawings. So let's go ahead and say for this specific RFQ, we want to include a second level NDA. Now let's move to down to general attachments and links. We do not want to include part drawings here. It's very important to note that. This general information is for general attachments like business terms, quality guidelines, or any multi-part assembly drawings. This is a great place to put it. Simply select the button and then you can easily upload files directly from your desktop or from the internet. Let's move down to shipping and payment terms. You can see you can select your payment terms very easily. You can select your shipping destination. We'll keep ours coming to the MFG.com headquarters. And let's go ahead and we can either write our own payment terms or just choose Net 30. Let's go ahead and choose Net 30 and move down to what suppliers want to know. Now this is where we want to let the suppliers know our intentions for this RFQ. Let's say that we're looking for a supplier for a new design. And then let's say our relationship to this RFQ is that we have contract for this work and that the RFQ is for the aerospace industry. Next, we'll move down to the second to last section, which is where I can include any questions to potential suppliers. If I wanted them to answer specific questions beforehand, I could easily put in free text fields very simply. And our last section is who should receive this RFQ. Now, it's important to note that the entire time we've been filling out this request for quote form, MFG.com has been automatically matching our specifications to the suppliers within the MFG.com marketplace. So they've been auto-matching us to all suppliers located in North America. But let's say we want to drill that down a little bit further and only do suppliers located in just the United States. We could even take it one step further and say we only want to do suppliers located in Alabama. From here, we can also say we want to include our address book suppliers. That's when we've built an address book of suppliers for specific categories. I think I have an address book in here for ISO suppliers, ISO certified suppliers. So I could include, say I want to also distribute it to my ISO supplier group. I could also even invite an out-of-network supplier that's not a member of MFG.com that I'd like to include their quote on this RFQ as well. This member can then quote on my RFQ and my RFQs only at no cost to either me or them. So from there, our RFQ would be distributed. It would go to MFG.com's team of engineers and checked for quality and completedness. And from there, our RFQ would be distributed into the marketplace. Thanks so much for joining me. Once I hit submit, my RFQ will go to MFG.com's team of engineers. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.